Stampers, Deb Valder here from Teaspoon of Fun, and today I'm going to be bringing you these beautiful cards. You can find all of the products that we're going to be using today in our Teaspoon of Fun shop, and to get to that shop you can either click on the little eye above here, or you can go down into the description and the link is there, or you can just Google Teaspoon of Fun. We are a paper crafting company that has lots and lots of supplies, so if you have any questions, just let us know. We're here for you. So today I'm going to show you a couple of different cards. It's using this little die right here, and it also has a stencil to go along with it, which makes it a super easy card to do. So for this card, all I did was, like what we're going to do today, we're going to do it on a scrap piece of, not a scrap piece of paper, but a top layer. And then we're going to mount it onto our card. For this one, I literally did it on the card base. So I cut it out of the card base and then did all of my coloring and added a little color on the inside. And it's just like a peekaboo card kind of thing. All right. So this one's very easy. Again, instead of doing it on your layer, you're going to do it on your card. What I did do, and I love to do this, is I added another layer to the inside of it here. You can't even tell, but I like to do that because it makes it more sturdy. So I have my card base. I added a little bit of a layer here on the bottom. It was just a hair shorter or smaller than the card base itself. All right, so it was just a hair shorter than 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. All right, so I glued that on with our deluxe adhesive and let that dry, and then I ran my die out of that. All right, and then this one right here is just full of colors. So, and this one gives you a darker background. Again, doing it the same way we're going to do ours today. They put the sentiment over the top of it. So this is our purple card. This is our blue card. And today we're going to make a blue layer card. All right, so let's get started. We have to cut out, or I did already cut out, the piece from the layer. So this layer right here is 4 by 5 1/4. You can make it any size that you want as long as it fits this little shape right here. All right, so I cut it out. The middle falls out and I will use that for whatever. All right, now I'm going to grab my little retractable pick, and I'm just going to make sure that all of the pieces, like these little guys right here, they come out by just poking them. All right, we just want to make sure we've got all those little extra pieces out before we start coloring. All right, and they're easy to find. Okay, here's that one, here's this one. I think we've got just about all of them now, and I believe that's it. I thought there was one up by this little bee, but I guess not. Let me look up here. Nope, everything there is solid. We've got all the, oh, here's one right here. All right, so I think we've got them all now. We're ready to start coloring. It's such an easy card to do. Oh, no, there is one right here. I'm just looking at the sample. Oh, here's one right here too. All righty, let's see. Okay, I think we're good now. All righty, so let's just clean these up. So this is all that I had to cut out. And now with this combo, we do have a stencil with it. All right, let's grab this. Let's grab our first stencil. All righty. And what I do to my stencils is I take my repositionable tape. So these come with different inserts. So you can purchase whatever you want, again, in the shop. This one happens to be the repositionable dots, We have permanent dots. We have the one that comes with it, and you can get refills for those also. But what I do is on the back of this, I just put some repositionable tape so that it holds to my paper, and this comes right off. You can just brush it right off. Now what I'm going to line up right here is my flower. I'm looking at this one first, and then just checking with all the rest of them to make sure that they are right in line. And it's that easy to line them up. Super, super easy. So I'm going to start with my light blue. I use one brush for each color. So I'm going to use this brush for my blues. Now this one I want to make very delicate and very light, so I'm not going to like scrub in the color. I'm just going to kind of very lightly and leaving a little bit of white. I love the way that looks. All right, see, so I left a little bit of white there. Don't scrub it in. I mean, if that's the look you're going for, definitely do it. But what I want to do is I want to have a little bit of white showing in different spots. See how I left a little bit of white there? These are also the wings for the bee. Let's grab a little bit more ink. And just putting a little bit, not brushing it. And that also saves on your, like if you start scrubbing color on, you're gonna flip these up, and you just don't want to do that. All right, so there's our blue. That's our first. Isn't that gorgeous? All right, so that's our first set. Now let's go to our second set. And so for this one, I used the tumble glass. For the next set, and we have all of the distressed oxides and the re-inkers in the shop, so make sure you check those out. This one's going to be Salty Ocean. Now with this next die, I wanted the flowers to be blue, but I wanted the bees to be yellow. So I'm going to actually be using, get it? I'm going to be using both the yellow and the blue. I'm sorry, the yellow and the darker blue. I'm just lining these little guys up right here. Alrighty. So what I'm looking for is that little thing right there. These little guys right down here. Okay. There we go. I think we got it. Remember, I've got my sticky adhesive on the back of this. I've done a couple of these today, so I'm just kind of redoing what I've already done. Now I'm going to stay away from the yellow, but I do want to just grab some of the blue. And again, not making it super dark. And this is going to just highlight the flower. Let me just show you. So on this yellow one right here, do you see how it's kind of highlighted? Those are the ones that I'm doing right now. And a good way to kind of check on this, I'm staying away from my yellows. A good way to check on this is to just lift this up and oh, look at how pretty that is. I think I'm going to do a little bit over here. It's just checking on how pretty that is. Okay, I think I got those blues. All right, now what I'm going to do is put the top on, put this one away. All right, I'm going to grab my yellow brush and my squeezed lemon. Okay, and I just have a yellow brush here. I'm going to grab some squeezed lemon, and I'm just going to lightly, not heavy, but lightly do my little bees. Now, if you've gone over onto your little flower right there, that's okay. Just a little bit, not bad. Really pretty though, all right? You can go back and just touch that up if you want, and I'll show you how to do that just so that you know. So I'm going to grab my blue brush, I'm going to grab my Salty Ocean, and this right here, I'm going to grab and just put a little bit more blue right there. Let's just check it. There, not bad at all. Okay, all right, so that's our blues. This is how fast this is. All right, now we're going to go to our next layer, and that is our green. So now we're going to start working on our leaves. So I'll just line all of these up. Okay, super, super easy. Alrighty, let's see. Let's get that one over just a little bit more. Remember, I've got that sticky on the bottom of it, so you don't want to press it down too hard. Okay, now we're good. All right, so for this one, I'm going to go with the green brush, and I'm going to do my bundled sage. Okay, and again, I'm not going to go super dark because this is going to be just a nice, light, airy card. You see? And you see how I'm leaving a little bit of white? Super easy. Now, what I like to do is, again, working smarter, not harder, is I like to cut out a bunch of these, then do all of this layer and all of this. And so I would do like maybe 5 or 10 of them and get them done. All right? It just makes so much sense. If you've got all the stuff out, you got all the colors out, you know. If you want to do different colors, I would say just be a little bit careful because you want to clean the stencils in between, otherwise they'll pick up the color. Now what I'm going to do is put on the next one, and this one we're going to use the Rustic Wilderness. And I'll have all of these on the blog post. I'll have all the colors that I have on there that I'm using. I'll have those on the blog post. So just head on over to there. And that looks good. Okay, and it doesn't have, oh, that's the blue one. I almost picked up the blue one instead of the green one. All right, so here we go. Again, not over saturating it unless you're a big, bold kind of stamper. Or paper crafter, I should say, because we do a little bit of everything. All right, let's just check on that one. Oh, so pretty. I might go just a hair bit darker. Just going over it just a little bit more. There we go. Let's see how that looks. Oh, so pretty. Oh, that's so pretty. Alrighty, now for our last layer, I'm going to be using 2 colors on the same stencil. Now, what do I mean by that? So now we've got to highlight the bumblebee because he's all yellow and blue wings right here. But we also have some of the vines. Now, I could leave the vines green because I do like that. But I'm going to show you how to do the vines and the bumblebee with 2 different colors. All right, so what I'm going to do now is just line up the bee antenna. Is that what they call them? Antennae? Okay, and let's see. There we go. Little guy here. Let's move him right up there. Good. Alrighty, I think he's got to get moved over just a tad bit. There we go. So what I lined up was the inside right here and his little antennae and his little butt right there. All right. So now if you want to do the leaves, okay, you can leave them green because we did that on another one. If you want to add just a little bit of brown, I'm going to take my vintage photo, which is one of my favorite colors, and I'm going to add just a little bit right where, no. So now what I'm doing is I'm adding it to the middle of the flowers. I am adding it to some of the stems. And like I said, if you forget it, it's okay because you've already got them as the green. All right. It's also the middle of the flowers, which is right here. Okay. And I think right here and right here, right here. Alrighty. Now we're going to put that vintage photo away, and I'm going to grab my black soot and my black brush, and I'm going to just very lightly, now you can go big and bold like I did here, okay, or you can go nice and light, but this whole card is pretty delicate. The colors on this one, I should say, are pretty delicate, so I'm going to keep them on the lighter side, not the black bold, okay? So what we're doing is we're doing the antennae, we're doing his little stripes, we're doing his back. All right, let's see what we got here and if he's dark enough, okay? So what I do is I leave my hand on one part of the stencil and just lift it up and whoop, just take a look at that. Oh, so pretty. Look at that. I think I got everything that I wanted to. I'm going to add just a little bit more of the black up here. Okay. And let's take this off. Okay, now what we're going to do is to attach our card. But before we do that, I want to put my sentiment on the inside of it. So what I did was I just took a pencil and tried to figure out where the center of this was. So what I did was I lined this up where I wanted it to go. I took a pencil mark and I just penciled in, you know, kind of where I wanted it to go. And then I lined up my sentiment. And from there, I'm just going to do it right on the middle. All right. So I'm just going to take my black soot because, you know, you can use these for stamping also. So I'm going to take my black soot and do my hugs and prayers. I just thought this would be a beautiful sympathy card. And that's why I kept that's why I kept the sentiment nice, or not the sentiment, but the colors nice and soft. Alrighty. So now what we're going to do is to take this and attach it to this. Oh, it's so, so pretty. What I need to do is to get my adhesives. All right. So what I'm going to use are my strips. These are my foam strips. And the reason I'm going to do that is because I really want to keep it close to the edge. My hands are all icky. I just want to keep it close to the edge and pop it. I still want to get it popped. Okay. Alrighty, here's that one. And here's this one. Whoop. There we go. Okay, and one more. Now, the other thing that I did do was to do a little bit of poking. Let me grab my scissors here. I'm just cutting off that one little piece right there. What I did do was I actually popped up some of these. All right, and I'll show you what I'm gonna show you how I did that. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is to just pop this right on here, nice and even. And you see how pretty that Hugs and Prayers looks right there in the middle? Let's get this over to the side a little bit more. There we go. Very, very pretty. I have very dirty hands, so what I'm going to do is just take my ink eraser here and just erase the little goobers that I got on there. Okay. So now we have our beautiful, beautiful card. Now, what I wanted to show you before I sign off here is I want to grab my retractable pick. I'm gonna roll it out pretty far. That's why I like it. I like the retractable part of it because you can have it small, you can have it big. And what I like to do is to just pop these little guys up. You can also do it before you put it into here. But this, when you do it after it's in here, it kind of gives you a little bit of stability. All right, so what I'm doing is just giving it dimension because you know me and having things flat, I just like them popped. All right, so I'm just kind of rolling them out. And what do I mean by that? I did that on these right here. I just rolled them out. They look so pretty. For this sentiment right here, that's one of our mini sentiments, and they're so adorable. They're teeny tiny. Hugs and Prayers is what I used for that one. Make-A-Wish was this one right here, and what I did, excuse me, for both of these, I have 3 layers on this one, I have 3 layers on this one, but for this one, what I did was I did 2 layers of black, and then I did a layer of white and just offset it just a little bit so it looks like there's a So it looks like there's a shadow on the back of it. And for this one, it's one of our new sentiments in the shop. Alrighty? So these are our cards for today. I hope you enjoyed our post. You take care. Make sure that you like us on this YouTube video. Share it with your friends because the more the merrier. And visit our Little Teaspoon of Fun shop. It's a paper crafting shop. Again, you can get it by the little I above there. It's in the description. And you can also Google us because we're out there. You take care. Have a great day. And it was so much fun being with you today.